When I was a little kid, I drew this picture of my dad throwing me a touchdown in the Super Bowl. As I grew up, I started to realize there are 3 reasons why this drawing can never happen. 1, it's really hard to get to the Super Bowl. A lot of teams have never done it. My favorite team has not. It's okay. 2, it's really hard to get to the Super Bowl with a 54-year-old quarterback who is also the same height as Demi Lovato. And 3, I can't catch a football to save my life. However, the NFL gave me the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl this year and bring a friend. So I had an idea. For context, my dad is awesome. As a single father, he somehow raised 2 kids, and we turned out normal for the most part. He would wake up at 3:30 a.m. every single day to commute to the city for work to provide for us, and even though he was clearly tired from work, he always made me dinner. My favorite is his burgers, and no matter what my dream was, he was always my #1 supporter. So surprising him with tickets to the Super Bowl is going to be a really, really special moment. All right, Dad, This is crazy that I'm saying this. This is a dream that I've had for a long time. I know you have too. Open your eyes. We're going to the Super Bowl!
Told me like a month ago.
Yeah, I did. He already knows.
I'm super excited.
It's going to be so fun. Yeah, he already knew that we were going. This was the text exchange when I asked him, though. We started our trip in Austin, Texas, and went to the airport because we're going to Las Vegas. The Las Vegas airport had this sick Super Bowl sign. Had to get a photo in front of it, obviously. We actually got some really fancy treatment. We got a free ride to the hotel, saw the stadium for the Super Bowl, and the Las Vegas Sphere, which is crazy. When we arrived, we saw a bunch of people in football gear, went to my room, and prepared for the game plan. All right, Dad. How you feeling?
Sour.
Today's the day we go to the Super Bowl.
Yes, very crazy.
Are you ready for the game plan?
We have to pose.
Yeah, we have to pose. The game plan. Step 1. We need to find a way to get a football into the stadium. That might sound easy because it's a football game, but security at the Super Bowl?
They will take your football. They will take everything if you cannot see through it.
So that's going to be a challenge. Step 2. Find a way to get onto the football field while the confetti is falling.
We disguise ourselves as confetti.
That's really good. And step 3, if we can't find a way to get onto the football field, we need to find a way to recreate this photo. Do you think you're going to feel comfortable to throw a football like that?
Oh, absolutely.
That thing looks like it's going at least 6 yards.
I'll throw it 40.
Dang, Dad. They need to put you on the field. You ready to do this?
Let's go.
We need to get you a jersey. The hotel gift shop was selling jerseys, but unfortunately they were $220, and that would be irresponsible. But we're at the Super Bowl, baby. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We headed to the stadium listening to Usher in preparation of the halftime show. Dad, when did you start watching football?
When I can open my eyes.
Oh, okay. Do you see a football?
Not yet.
We successfully scanned our tickets to get inside, and guess what? We have arrived to the NFL tailgate. So we're on the lookout for a football. We gotta find a football. It could be big, it could be little, it could be regular sized. If we're gonna find a football, it's gonna be somewhere around here. Let's go on a little hunt. My dad looked in the bushes, no football. I looked in the trash, no football. I even asked the staff, no football. Last but not least, the porta potty is ballless. We made our way inside the stadium, hoping for better. Those hats were huge. We were looking for our seats, and then my dad said we should walk as close to the field as possible, and this happened. We're gonna try to walk onto the field? If there's not a football on the field, how are they gonna play?
It's all about the content.
Update. We're standing on the football field. Dad, we kind of look like football players right now.
A little bit.
The only problem is we're both wearing jerseys from quarterbacks. I should have gotten a wide receiver's jersey so that we could recreate the drawing.
Yeah, but every once in a while a quarterback catches the ball.
Amen. We practiced the drawing because how many times can you stand on the Super Bowl field? And even though we saw some players warming up with a literal NFL football, clearly I am not supposed to cross this barricade. So it's on to the next idea. We have arrived to our seats. This is the craziest place I've ever been in my life. I can barely hear myself talk. The DJ up there is absolutely in his bag. I'm getting a little worried about the football thing. I don't see a single person in this stadium with a football. I just assumed people would have footballs. I'm also trying to see where the confetti comes out of. Like, where does the confetti fall from at the end of the game? Where does the confetti fall from?
The heavens.
The things we need to figure out before this game ends. 1, how do I get my hands on a football as a civilian? 2, how am I going to capture a photo of my dad throwing me the football when the confetti is falling? Where is the confetti falling from? And 3, is Travis Kelce actually going to propose to Taylor Swift at the end of the game? So many questions, such little time, but I am really excited to watch this game. They gave us crazy seats. Post Malone played the opening song, which reminded me of a time in 2018. I had just hit 50,000 subscribers, and I was about to run a marathon in Oregon. And I brought my dad. Just gonna introduce my dad to the vlog real quick. This was my first time since leaving my hometown that I spent any time with my dad. This was a big deal for our relationship because there was a time where I wanted nothing to do with him. I think my story is pretty common. For one reason or another, we tend to grow apart from our parents. For us, it looked like stress, alcoholism, resentment, pride, puberty, video games, wanting independence, wanting to find myself, until one day you look up and you think, oh no, when's the last time I checked on my dad? And then you don't even know how. And since my dad was living alone back in my hometown, I knew it was really isolating for him. So even though I still had this resentment towards him, I made an effort because I love him. And the reason it's special that Post Malone is performing is because during this trip, his album Beer Bongs and Bentleys just came out, and it's kind of the soundtrack of that memory for my dad and I. Watching the Super Bowl this up close is unreal. This game is really fun because my dad is definitely going for the 49ers, and I don't really care who wins, so I'll probably just be cheering for everybody. And so will this lady in front of me. She's great. We just realized we're missing all the Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah, whatever.
I wish there was a website you could upload videos.
Maybe like, I don't know, YouTube or something?
Yeah, they should call it that.
Yeah.
Usher is performing at halftime. Who do you think he's bringing out?
Usher's gonna bring out Luda.
Ludacris? We asked a random Chiefs fan for a photo. Excuse me, can you get a photo of me and my dad? Yeah, sure. Yeah, thanks. Dad, can you get a photo? Oh, wait. The 49ers got off to an early lead, and then they did this play, which is basically what I imagined when I drew that picture as a kid. So that was so cool to watch. My dad and I really enjoyed that one. It was also crazy to see so many celebrities like Elon Musk, Justin Bieber, and of course the halftime show performer Usher in real life. Usher brought out Alicia Keys, which was so cool. And then he took off his shirt, which was, I mean, I get it. The 50-year-old dads in the crowd were not loving it. But mid-performance, I looked to my right, and I saw the most unbelievable thing imaginable, a football. Ludacris started performing, and my dad was absolutely lit. Look at him. Look at him go. After my friend in front of me gave me a $100 Usher bill, I knew it was go time. Can I borrow that ball? I'm sure you know this by now, but the rest of the football game was absolutely crazy. The 49ers and the Chiefs are tied in the fourth quarter. We are all on the edge of our seats, and something happens that every person who goes to the Super Bowl hopes for. Overtime. And I wish I could express how special this trip has been. I just have to thank God because he called me to reconcile with my dad, to love even if it's hard. And since then, my dad has quit drinking. He's lost 60 pounds. He sends me selfies during his workout every day. And I could not be more proud to call him my dad. Especially in overtime at the Super Bowl. Overtime! This game is so exciting. The 49ers drive down the field and score a field goal. However, the Chiefs come back and score a game-winning touchdown. It's not the ending my dad wanted, but we're at the Super Bowl. And since the game is over, that means confetti is falling. It was as magical as I dreamed as a kid. And even though we weren't on the field winning a championship together, we were together. And if I didn't ask my dad how he was doing in 2018, this drawing would have only ever been a drawing on the fridge.